You could say whatever you want at the poker table, cause I just don't give a fuck. Poker Table Talk, the podcast we do for GP. Definitely not PC, suck my wee, and if you don't like it, move out the way, nigga. Beat. Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to Poker Table Talk, the podcast we do for GP. Definitely don't like it, suck my wee. And today's guest is me. I've had 10 some odd guests flake on me. And I'm going to just do these things solo. And as I get guests, I will do the regular format. But I'm just going to have to start doing it by myself. Because every time I do not post one on a weekly basis, as I was trying to do before, I get emails and calls from my small but loyal fan base. So I want to keep everybody happy. So I'm just going to do these shits myself. And I want to start by saying, going off, let me put that on silent for the folks. We need to bring, parenting is just garbage. I don't want to just blame white people for this, but I saw some terrible white people parenting today. And hold up, fucking fan light in my bathroom is super loud. And it was just crazy. I was in Walmart today. And I was just walking, and some kid had one of those Lunchables in his hand. You know, like the Lunchables. Everybody used to love those as a kid. But the bigger ones come in like an actual box. And I was walking in there. I needed some Pepto-Bismol because I've been eating like shit for like a month straight. You know, you just get in one of those fat boy vortexes you can't get out of. So I've been eating like shit. So my stomach finally just got angry at me. And I was like, I need to get some Pepto and stop this. So anyway, back to the kid. I'm walking and I see a kid just licking the side of a Lunchable box. And he licked it multiple times. This wasn't one lick. This is full back of the tongue to tip of the tongue licks we're talking here. And it disgusted me. And I had so many questions. And I don't know if his mom was in the aisle, but I don't know if she was like seeing what was like going on at the time. And I thought it was just the most disgusting thing ever. And then so after that gross experience, I just I walked over to the line. Lines were super fucking long, super long. So I go in the self-checkout. It was a little bit better. And I see this lady, like, I don't know when this started, but like you see like people bartering with their kids. I never was allowed to throw tantrums or barter anything with my mom. This kid was arguing about his shirt. And whatever, the kid probably was all of about 8 years old. And then the kid takes the shirt out of her mom's hand and throws it on the fucking floor. And that's just, I wanted to whoop the kid's ass for the lady, but this is a weak parent, and this girl is probably going to be either in jail or a whore, or both. I think most women in jail probably at some point in their life was a whore. I think that kind of goes hand in hand. But anyway, and I wanted to talk about something I just saw on the internet too. What is with this bitch Lizzo? Can somebody please tell this bitch stop, man? Like last week, for all y'all who don't know, Lizzo is a fat bitch rapper from, I don't know where she's from. She's just a fat bitch. And she went to the Lakers game, and you can Google this and YouTube it. She went on the Lakers game with her ass out last week. Like her whole ass out. Twerks at a family event, a Lakers game. And then this week, I don't know if she was drunk or whatnot. She gets on a table and jumps and does like a fucking split to the fucking table. Like, I understand about being confident. I'm sick of sick of women saying everything's confidence. I understand being comfortable with whatever body you're in, whether that be big or small. But physics still apply. Like, bitch, you are still 290 pounds. You should not be getting on top of tables and jumping and doing splits. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're fat or whatever, but like, no fat bitch, no other fat chick saw that and was happy that she did that. That was not a step forward for fat bitches. That was actually a step back for fat bitches. And this is like, I feel like this is just a classic instance of talentless motherfuckers who need to stay relevant. So they just start doing all these stupid ass fucking antics and just dumb shit. She had a song that I don't even know what the fuck the song's called. And and people don't even know that song is actually old and it just got re-hot. I don't know how, but it is. And she's just running wild and just being a wild fat bitch right now. And I don't know if she was doing fat bitch gymnastics when she decided to jump on that table and do that fucking split and dismount or whatever the fuck that was. But this bitch needs to be stopped. She is out of control. And it's starting to fucking annoy the hell out of me. I don't, it, maybe some of the ladies, y'all can answer these questions for me. Why when a chick is claiming, I'm using air quotes here, confidence, why is when girls claim confidence, the first thing they do is get butt naked, like on some TV show or on a magazine, or like what part of being ass naked is in confidence? I don't understand how those two things like blend to fucking together. I just don't understand that shit. I don't understand where this world is going, where's all this bullshit coming from, and just, I don't know. It's just some wild shit going on. Like, I don't know, shit's different. I don't know. My son, this is just some random shit that's been in my mind. My son is I moved out of Boston about 3 years ago to a town called Weymouth. A lot of white folk, some black, and a lot of Indians. My son, he rolls with a lot of Indian kids, and I think it's some of the Indianism is starting to wear off on him. Cause like when my son gets out of school, he's old enough to like walk home and get a key and get in there. So he's only allowed to go two places: the house or his friend's house. So I can find him after work and shit. And I find him in the fucking hallways, which isn't bad, in his friend's hallways, and he's walking around barefooted, no socks, no fucking shoes down. And mind you, it snowed today. It was salt on the ground, just through the fucking hallways. I wanted to flip on him, but I'm trying not to have his friends think I'm some crazy ass fucking dad. I think they kind of know, but not enough to fucking like report me on anything. And yeah, it was just like, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, fuck slips out of my mouth quite a lot when I talk to my son. I can't help it. He just does just stupid shit a lot. But I don't know if it's boy. I hope he grows out of it and smartens up. He does a lot of stupid shit sometimes. And just, I don't know. I think he's just been hanging around way too many Indian, because a lot of Indian people do not like shoes. Like, I see them all the time. They just don't like shoes. They barely want to wear their fucking sandals, but they definitely do not. If they can go barefoot, they will pick barefoot over anything. And I don't know, I just see a lot. But hold on 1 second. Let me pause this shit real quick. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, I had to go do something real quick. Whew. Anyway, but yeah, I had a pretty good fucking weekend. This weekend I went to on Friday, I went to the Ebony Gala in Boston. Oh, my girl, for those you don't know, it's pretty much it's a black event at the Heinz Convention Center, where a bunch of black people spend all their money to wear their best possible. It's a formal, wear their best possible fucking clothes and show off to each other. My mom told me years ago it started as a network event. I used to do it like at our fucking hospital. But then it just formed into this big thing. And it was cool. A lot of notice a lot of bitches don't know what formal wear is. I think they get that the lines get blurred with club clothes. Yeah, I mean, there was some ass in there I didn't mind seeing. Don't get me wrong. I like looking at ass just as much as the next nigga. But, I mean, I had to be on my best behavior. I was with my girl. I didn't want to, I mean, I looked. I didn't stare. I think looking is fine. Staring is when you're being disrespectful. Look, just a little peep, just a little booty peep, never hurt nobody. You know what I mean? But I noticed there's a lot of single women in fucking Boston. I was there, and there was a lot of girls who were just there singing. These are not ugly chicks, and these were attractive women. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. But if I'm speaking from a Bostonian who grew up in Boston, Boston women do have a funky ass attitude. I don't know if it's in the culture. I don't know if it's just dealing with so many ain't shit niggas. But Boston women that I've dealt with have a funky ass natural attitude. And I always say that Boston women and I'm ranking them from 1 to 10, every chick in Boston wants to get treated like a 9, 10. So this is why I think guys from Boston usually know how to get women anywhere and everywhere, because you kind of have to spit like 9, 10 game to ones and twos and fours in Boston. So you like, it's like fucking that movie 300, how they train the kids in those fucking harsh conditions. So by the time they grow up and become real Spartans, it's like they have no fear. That's kind of how Boston men's game was for black men. I don't know how it is for the white guys, but yeah, it was just. But yeah, the gal. But anyway, back to I teed it off a little bit. A lot of single women. Gala was cool. It was cool. I was real dapper. I got a lot of likes on Facebook for my pictures I posted. I guess that means that it really happened. If stuff isn't posted on Facebook and Instagram, then people don't believe it happened. But I was looking pretty good, pretty fucking good, and had a wild night after. And I'm starting to realize that like every chick, I only chicks I fuck with are crazy bitches. But there's good crazy and there's bad crazy. I actually got a joke about this. I'm working out on stage, but I realize my chick is a little bit of nuts, and I like girls that are nuts because you get good sex from crazy bitches. This is what I've learned in life, and I like having good crazy sex. So you have to deal with crazy women. So it was fucking pouring raining when the gala was over. I go find my car parking lot, paid a little stupid fee, whatever. And it's pouring raining, and I got a couple in me. My girl got a couple in her, so my hand slides maybe up her dress, just a little bit of, warming up the oven before we get home and go at it like animals or whatever. So we're driving, we get on the highway, and she decides to, pull my ding dong out and start, give me some head. And, usually I don't think twice about this. I mean, she's doing it, but this is like real rain we're talking. I'm on the highway. This is that rain where like you got your windshield wipers on the highest setting and it's still not even really doing much. So like I'm dealing with when when you're driving through rain and it feels like it's a real life or death situation. This is what I'm talking. Like this is our lives at stake. But I'm so fucking weak. I let it go on for about, I say, 4 exits before I was like, all right, you got to chill out for a second, because we might a couple shaky turns, and my windows are like super dark tinted, so I don't know, maybe that gave a little bit more confidence. But the thing about tinted windows, I didn't know, like, people can't see you, but you can't really see out of them either as much as like you. I missed a couple, This is some shit I probably should be seeing that I wasn't seeing when I was driving, and plus the rain on top of it. But it was just, I don't know, man. It was just, she was just bugging, and I was like, yo, we literally might die if you keep this up. Like, we literally might fucking die. But I didn't mind it. I mean, it was exciting. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't. And I couldn't say I wouldn't do that again. I wish I was strong enough as a man, as a person, fuck a man, to say I wouldn't do it, but I would definitely do that again. But it was just nuts. And I kind of blame myself for this, actually, because I'm a guy who will fuck anywhere, and I literally mean anywhere. And I think I created a sex Frankenstein out of this woman because I introduced her to fucking anywhere. She was scared of it at first, but I think the first thing that kind of put over the edge one time we was in New York City after my friend had like an album release party, whatever. We went out there and we didn't feel like driving, so we took the bus up there and we was taking the bus back. We was like an hour and a half before our bus. And I was horny and drunk and I was trying to find somewhere to fuck in the middle of New York City. It was like a semi-secluded area, and long story short, I found this nice shrub. I put my coat down like a gentleman, and we had sex in the middle of New York City. And then some bum walked over and watched us, but I didn't stop because I'm disgusting. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is, I think I turned her out on this, and I fucked her in plenty other weird places. But and I think I've created a monster that I can't control now, which is a good thing. But when your life's on the line in a rainy day after a gala when you've been drinking, things can get quite dangerous. And me, I don't know if it's. I would be thinking about like if you actually die, right? Like I think knowing how somebody's died is actually more important than actually somebody dying, if that makes sense to people. Like, I think, especially for me, I want to know how somebody died because it depends. That is the barometer of how much I give a fuck. Like, will people really be sad for me if they heard I was getting head in a rainy car or driving on the highway at 70 miles an hour? I mean, at least he was having a good time, but he knew what he was getting himself into. I think if you die stupid, you can't feel bad. I think if you die stupid, then people should not have to go to your funeral. Like, it's even your best friend you shouldn't have to do it, because it's a waste of time. Honestly, if you die stupid, it's like, come on, you knew what you was doing. Like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. But that's always be thinking, like, there's people who just die stupidly. Like I was talking about on a couple podcasts ago, the fucking dude that died getting stabbed for a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Like, am I supposed to go to this funeral, like, and be crying? You got stabbed for a chicken sandwich, bruh. Like, what you want from me? What, to take a day off work for that? I don't know, man. I don't know. The world we live in is just sex crazed, and it's just madness, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know where this world is going. I don't know what the fuck. It's so much shit going on. I'm at a stage in my life where comedically, artist wise, I feel like I am getting better, but recognition wise, I kind of just, I don't know. And I heard this is a Boston thing. Boston just doesn't appreciate comics until they leave this fucking place. And lately, I just been more and more ready to get the fuck out of here, man. So I need y'all to support this podcast shit. Make me blow up more so I can do more gigs and start and working a day job. And I do a day job, I do this and I do comedy. So it was just, I don't know. It's just, the day job is just starting to get to me. Usually it doesn't, but lately it's just been like so fucking annoying. Just dealing with, when you deal with people as your job, you just start to not like people. And you just, like, I never was a guy who really had much patience, but I have even less now. And I'm starting to, like, slack off and do shit I usually wouldn't do. I mean, I still do my job way better than most people probably could, but I know internally I'm slacking because I'm just so bored with it. It just, like, it's starting to, I feel like every day is kind of like the same, just different. And it's starting to get like that for me, and it's just like, boy. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do about that. But I'm just been working on a lot of comedy lately. I got a gig in freaking Portland, Maine, on Thursday. Got a couple days off this next couple days, so I booked a couple shows that I usually probably wouldn't go to on these days. So Thursday, I got a 2.5 hour drive to Portland, Maine. And I feel like I've been to this place before, but I'm not sure because I've been to so many shows. Like they all bleed together after a while. But I don't even remember what. I remember I did a couple main shows, and one crowd was good, and one time I went to Maine, it was like an artsy crowd, so they didn't like my feminist jokes. And another time it was like a kind of okay night. Like when I drive far for shows, I don't like having shitty shows. That's because the drive back after a shitty show when you have to be in a car by yourself for a long period of time, or with anybody, it's a lot of time to think that about shit you shouldn't be hanging too hard on. But I don't know. Like the worst show I ever, one of the worst long distance bombs I ever did was years ago. It was actually me, Sam J, and Rito Brown. Rito's an Instagram comedian, and Sam J is just a regular comedian. Both of them doing very well. Shout out to them. And we had drove to fucking Connecticut doing Chris Clark. He's a comic from Connecticut. Shout out Chris Clark, a comic from Connecticut show. It was, but I guess I didn't know Connecticut had like a big Spanish culture. Like it was a big ass room and it was nothing but Spanish people in there. And I don't know if they just didn't get my jokes or whatever, but it was just I bombed. It was just a straight bomb. And I'm not one of them. I don't make excuses for bombing. I don't blame the crowd. I don't blame this. You fucking sucked that day, and that's it. Or I bombed, and I'm the driver. I always had a fucking car. So they do all right. They do their thing, and we just driving back. And I'm not trying to hear it, man. I'm just like in a bomb zone. Hey, every comic knows it's just a bomb. It's a stink it takes a second to get off of you. So I'm in that stink driving back. They're like 2 hours. Then my car starts to run out of gas where like the needle is like touching E, like really on E. So I'm like looking for like the last gas station open. I'm fucking nervous. I was like, I hope I don't get stuck in the middle of fucking Connecticut. Find a gas station. Then we drive all the way fucking back to Rito was living in Cambridge. I think that's where he's from. And after the long drive, you gotta piss. We was like, yo, Rito, can we use your bathroom? This nigga, I don't know if he was scared of his girl or something. And he was like, yo, y'all niggas really gotta use the bathroom right now. Like, nigga, we was just driving for 2.5 hours. You ain't gonna let me fucking use your bathroom, you motherfucker. We kind of had to bully this nigga to use his bathroom. And he was not trying to let us use the fucking bathroom, but we used that fucking bathroom. And I hope I pissed on the toilet seat. I can't fucking remember. Then I fucking drove Sam home, and then I went home, and I was just, I don't know. It took me a while. Usually when I have a bad show, though, I try to do another show quickly to like get a good, just a good, just a good show, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Like, comedy lately has been, like, it's been exciting. I got a couple big things coming up I can't really announce. I got something big coming up in Boston that I had to sign a contract to say that I wouldn't announce until they announce it. So I can't tell y'all about that. But I don't know. Lately I just been, I don't know if I want to record something. I want to definitely do a lot more longer sets, but I kind of want to. I'm getting to the point where I want to burn all my old material. I'm honestly getting tired of it, but it's still like there and it still works. So I need to date it. I need to record it. I need to do something and just burn it and start over, like Lil Wayne did with 10,000 bars. For all y'all don't know, Lil Wayne, he recorded this freestyle called 10,000 Bars where he spit every single bar he had in all his rap books. You could hear him literally ripping pages out while he's rapping the whole shit. It's a very, very long freestyle, but I would recommend listening to it. But yeah, I think I'm at that point because comedically, I just feel like I'm in a different place. and I sometimes like I do like going back into my old comedy because sometimes like for comics, I don't know if it's like this for music where you know what you're trying to get to, but your voice or you're not skilled enough to make it work. So you could go back and then you could like, all right, now I know how to make this shit work. So that's where I'm at. Like, but it's so fucking hard going to old jokes, and then you start looking at shit, and then you kind of ain't even in that same space anymore, and sometimes you be reading other old jokes, but what the fuck was I even talking about there? And then sometimes I go in my old joke books and I found when I used to literally write my jokes out like a fucking, I used to write like every word like it was a fucking speech. Like I'm talking about the, is, all that shit, all in that shit. But good thing I don't do that no more. I just write like little sentences or bullet point shit that makes me. And and lately for comedy, I feel like my whole time I've been making it hard on myself for no reason. So lately I just been literally trying to buckle down and figure out exactly what works for me, and that's the place I'm at right now. But I don't know. I just had a comedy therapy session with y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening to me about that. I don't know. Comedy just my shit though. I love that shit, man. But yeah. So fucking other than that, oh shit. Actually, I want to say this. There was a girl yesterday in New York. I was actually just reading this on my Facebook. Who was, air quotes again, was allegedly kidnapped. They had it on camera. Some guys pulled up, whatever, grabbed her off the street, yada yada. Her mom puts out the alert, find my daughter, all this, anything you would think would happen with a fucking kidnapping. And then they find her today, and they found out it was a staged kidnapping, like the Jussie Smollett shit. Like what the fuck is like what the fuck is going on with people now? Like is this what black people are doing now? We're just staging our own kidnappings. Like what the fuck? Like how much attention? Like all right, Jussie Smollett's case. I heard this is just what I heard. I heard that he was about to get written off of what's that show, Empire, whatever the fuck the show is. And so he did that, I guess, to get publicity and not get. But this girl, she ain't on no shows. She ain't doing shit. Like, how much, like, this whole attention whore, clout chasing, whatever the fuck the words are, like, this shit is getting ridiculous. Like, who the fuck, like, I mean, why don't you just do what Lizzo did and show your ass at the Lakers game if you want some attention? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you planning a kidnapping? Like, for real? Like a kidnapping? Who even agrees to that? And I would be mad if I was a fake kidnapper, and I went to jail for fake kidnapping somebody. But why is that a crime though? How come you can't just say we was just playing around and y'all just happened to catch it on camera? Can you go to jail for a fake kidnapping? I think yeah. Once the law is involved, once you report it, then it becomes something. I'm pretty sure her lawyers. That's what the lawyer's thinking about right now. But like, what the fuck you planning your fucking kidnapping for? Like, who does that? Like, they people who fucking plan out kidnapping. Like, these are the same people who just don't have time. These are the same people who picket outside of courtrooms when celebrities are getting arrested. Like, you don't got shit else to do with your fucking day. These are like people who steal Amazon packages. Like, you're a piece of shit. Like, what are you doing with your time where this is what you're doing today? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna plan my kidnapping today. Like, okay. All right, and then what? Then what? Then what after that? Like, you thought you was just gonna be kidnapped and then just show up and like, I don't understand what people think, like how they think they're gonna outsmart cops in the sense that, like, I don't think people understand. Just like they're criminals who spend all day trying to figure out how to make crime work. Cops do the same shit. Like, they do this shit every fucking day. All they do is try to catch criminals, would be criminals, kind of criminals. Like, there's people who are really good at copping. Just like there's real people who are really good at drug dealing. There's people who are really good at basketball. Like, so what? But my thing is like, what was your end goal? What was you planning on accomplishing? You thought you was gonna like what get like a reality show, life after kidnapping, or like what the fuck was you thinking? I don't get it, man. I really don't. I don't understand what the fuck people are doing out here, and I think people, I I don't know, people are just. I think social media. I always blame social media because like this, people are depressed now, man, and we're seeing it. We're seeing the effects of mass depression with people to the point where their depression, like before people's depression was actually some shit like, yeah, I was abused, or then now people are just like, people just don't know me, so I'm depressed now, or somebody knows somebody I know more than me. Like people really think likes and all that instant gratification shit, it don't mean shit. Like, like if y'all knew like some of these tricks, some of these fake like social media famous people do, like for the Instagram models, like for instance, like let's take Instagram, like a lot of them bitches like keep old pictures to make it look like they're still out places when they really just home, like, and it's like who gives a fuck what somebody else is doing? That's what like I don't understand what it is. Like I mean, I scroll through Instagram and Facebook like everybody, but I don't let that shit like affect my day. I mean, like who gives a fuck what people are doing? Like I didn't know people were this interested in. I'm just not interested in other people's lives. That's what it is. I'm too busy still trying to make a life for myself that I want to live on a day-to-day basis. Let alone sitting around worrying about some motherfucker who's in credit card debt so they can flex on Bahamas and act like they're having. Taking a trip to people now might, I think they think is like the greatest thing you can do. Like it's, and that only looks like something to people who don't do shit or don't know how money. It's not that much money to really get a plane ticket. It's really not. Like it's not that hotels really aren't that much money. Like you can go on a trip. You can go some of these cruises for like $600. That's nothing, and you can for like a whole week. Like so, I don't understand why people think taking trips are like big. It's same like with a fucking car. Like when people see people in cars, like if if that's a lease, that's not that much money. Like if you like, you could buy, like if your credit is good, you can get any car you want. Like, and people who's never owned cars or bought a car is thinking that like somebody in a fucking Mercedes, or it's not, or a Porsche is like, if you got good credit and you make like $3,000 at least a month, you can literally get any car you want for the most part. And it's like it's not really like only the only fucking and only like drug dealers or people who with terrible money just buy cars outright now, or like it nobody should be buying a car that costs $70,000 unless you really want to keep this car. Like for me, like I got a Honda. I love Hondas. I financed it because I'm going to keep this car. I'm in the car, so I got a little custom shit on it. It's just something I do as a hobby. But I'm gonna ride this motherfucker for a long time. But if I have money, or a lot of money, I would buy a Porsche outright. But you're not gonna see me with a fucking 2017 Porsche, and then I buy that shit for 80 grand. Then I'm gonna fucking go buy another one next year for like nah. Like I'm just gonna just have a luxury car. I want to keep this Honda forever. I want to keep like I've had so many shitty cars. Like I love my car, and it's just a Honda Civic. It's not. I mean, I got a little bit of funky shit I put in there to make it look better than average, than both people with the same car. But I've had so many shitty cars in my day. Like I love my car. Like I keep it clean. I detail cars on the side. I used to do it full time, so I keep my car super clean. But like people don't know how appreciate you. Like when I go get inspection stickers, I'm arrogant now. I used to be trembling. Like I this is literally the first car I've ever had who's had back to back passing inspection stickers. And I've been driving since I've had a car since I was 19 years old. So that's a long time. And I've been in most of those years I've had rejection stickers on my cars. Most of those years. So I appreciate my car a lot. I keep it clean. I like to hear. I just got some illegal tints. So, people who have illegal tints know you got to find some guy, pay him a little extra, give you a sticker or whatever. I'll worry about that when it comes down to it. But hold on one second. Almost time for bed anyway. You got 20 something minutes. Hold up. No, you got 15 minutes. Sorry, people. That was my son. Time for him to go to bed almost. And what was I talking about? Cars, yeah. Fucking yeah, I appreciate my car. Man, I love my car. I love it. I'm gonna keep it forever. Even though years later I'm gonna just keep this car. I love it. And I'm gonna get an exotic car one day and it's gonna be parked right next to this fucking Honda. Anyway. But yeah, I appreciate my car. I've had shitty cars. I've had cars that I used to have to park on hills just so it would roll to start. Doors in anything. But back to my original point. Nobody should be. Don't stop giving a fuck what people are doing in their life. Do what the fuck you doing. Try to do better shit every fucking day or every fucking week. Let's start with the week. I think going living life day by day. I think as a people we need to just let's do it week by week now. Week because some days you don't feel like doing shit, but every week, like tomorrow I'm going to the gym. I'm going back to the gym. It's time to get my body back. I've always wanted to be in really good shape. I mean, I guess everybody wants to, but I'm really gonna do it this time, and just gonna just focus, man. And it's good motivating in the gym because you see a lot of good looking women. That's where you see real good looking women. They're not at the club; they're at the fucking gym, looking really, really, really good. You see a lot of that shit. I love seeing it. I love seeing it, but it's just the gym is what they don't understand is just probably a lot of people I feel it's just a lifestyle thing. Yeah, it's not just a thing you're doing. It's a lifestyle. You have to insert it into your life, and then you have to eat. The eating is the hardest part, because I feel like once you go to the gym, like you start eating worse because you feel like you can because you worked out. Like you feel like you earned it. I earned a Twinkie. I just worked out, and it's couldn't be further from the fucking truth. But yeah, I'm gonna get back on my fruits and vegetables. And people tell me I've lost some weight. I know I have because a couple months ago I did no sugar for a month, and you wouldn't believe how much fucking weight just comes off when you just don't eat the most delicious thing fucking possible, which is sugar. I love sugar. I love everything that has sugar in it, and I don't. Oh my god, I love sugar so fucking much. To just be that kid. I've been just oh my god, I can just eat cookies and real fat kid as a kid. I was skinny then fat. Thing I like, but I don't really like that much. All corrections. Sorry, it's the first time doing it about myself. Been I don't know if this is so. Sorry, my son did this again, but fucking what was I saying? I don't know if this is gonna sound weird, but I don't know if this is getting an older thing. But lately, like, I mean, everybody watches porn, right? But I've been like just dabbling. It's like the same stuff. It's like big booties, but like I'm starting to dabble in other races. I mean, it always comes back to a black chick usually, but every once in a while I'll watch a big booty white chick, big booty Spanish, Asian. Not too many big booties out there. Every once in a while you find a big booty Asian and shit, But I don't know. I just need to get that off my chest. Thank you, people. I don't know. Porn is real. It's a real weird thing, man. I be thinking about that. Like everybody watches porn, and it's a very creepy time in a person's life when you're doing it. It's usually in the dark. If you're watching, it's usually just you have to be alone. It's like taking a shit, man. It's in a very alone time where something disgusting is about to go down, but it kind of feel like it has to. There's no other way. And I don't know, man. It's just I don't know what the fuck is I don't know. Just and when you're trying to when you got a girl and you're trying to be a good guy, you're gonna start watching way more porn because that's the only way to just not be a piece of shit. You have to get a nice porn setup. You gotta get used to whacking. I mean, no matter how much sex your girl gives you, you're always gonna think about vagina in the in just such a and not even like the way girls think you're thinking about. You're not even thinking about women. You're thinking about pussy, and that's what girls don't understand about pussy. They think it's about the woman. Like the pussy has nothing to do with the woman. That's what women don't understand. Like it's pussy. It's not the one. Like guys, like girls want men. Guys want pussy. That's a difference. Like no guy, like if you could get pussy without dealing with the 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 dynamic of dealing with the woman as a man, you would do that. This is why I guess why guys deal with prostitutes. But in the sense though, when I get pussy, I want the woman to actually give me the pussy. I don't want to pay for it. It's a weird transaction to buy. But anyway, back to think about pussy. When guy, I mean, I'm pretty sure they think, oh, I want to fuck that guy in another life, but they probably think, oh, I wonder what his credits like. I wonder if he's nice to his mom and shit. Like, guys really just be like, I wonder what her pussy's like. That's it. That's as deep as it is. This is why when guys, when I was in my, I can honestly say my dirt baggiest years, when I was a straight fucking exclusively to girlfriends, when I can honestly say my dirt bag years, like, it's just a pussy thing. It was not, I was never like trying, like, even when like I had a girl and I fucked another bitch, I was never trying to be with the other guy. I just wanted to find out what her pussy was like. That was it. And you find out, and you keep it moving. Maybe it's good. Maybe you might hit it once or twice more, and that's it. Like, men, like, uh, no man, except weird men, really want a relationship. You, like, you end a relationship. They would stay. It's like being too much to want somebody to give somebody the job is to disturb your aloneness. Your, yeah, is that the right word? Aloneness. But pussy, like, shit, I've lost my train of thought. Oh, fucking relationships. But like, yeah, like we don't really like you end up in a relationship. It's like a fucking. It's like when you go on vacation. Somebody goes on vacation and they always get so like, yeah, we was at. That's how every guy's relationship. You just end up in it. Like every relationship for me, I can honestly say was for the most part, except for maybe two or three, was a bitch I was just fucking. Maybe we started liking each other. I kept fucking so long, fucking, and then I stopped fucking other girls. I was just fucking them, and then it just becomes like a schedule thing. Like you just assume you're gonna see this person. They just assume they're gonna see you, and then haiku bullshit. But it was one of those type of things, and it was I don't know, man. It's just relationships for me. It was. It's always just seemed like it was a lot of work. So this one, I mean, now I'm trying, but it's still work because it's a work because on a day to day. So you never know. And the thing about women, well, I guess men are guilty of this too. Is just we don't. I problems and do things. So it would like I don't, the male's mind is on a day to day basis. Like I think the average dude can at max think of 4 to 5 things a day. It's like waking up, showering, brushing your teeth, going to work, coming back to work, and whatever your after work digresses, whether that's smoking weed, drinking, playing video games, whatever the fuck you do. That's about it. Women think about so much shit, and they think men think like that, and we don't. And we're just not wired like that. Like I hate to think about things I don't want to think about. Nothing puts me in a worse mood I want to think about. But in the sense that, like I said, are things most times I don't have like for instance, like if a guy forgets your anniversary or something, like they think that you know when the anniversary was, you just said fuck it. Like nah, I just didn't think about it. I got a million other, and like I said, y'all giving us too much credit and not enough credit at the same time. Like just like your lives is busy, like men's lives are busy too. Like we deal with shit at work too. We deal with shit blah blah, blah. And it's like just because you don't give something action doesn't mean it's not important. Like, and somebody doesn't have to have the same enthusiasm about something as you. That's what women don't understand. Like, okay, it's like if you're a woman and you want to go to, let's say you want to go to a concert. Let's say you want to go to Bruno Mars concert, and your man he's like, all right, whatever. You told him that 3 months ago, and then like the week is like a week before the show. You're like, are we still going to that Bruno Mars? Like, I wasn't even thinking about the like. If you want to go, let's go. That's like as much as I can give you on this thing. Like, if you want to go, if it's important to you, then it's important to me, and I'll make it happen. That's like I'm a facilitator. You know what I mean? Like, I can facilitate what the fuck happens. But to sit there and everything you think, and you think I'm supposed to give it as much thought as you arrogant bitch. Are you fucking crazy? I got my own shit I'm thinking about or not thinking about. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. Just tell me what the fuck you want from the beginning, and then we can work from it. This is what I understand about women, all right? They always give hints. They love giving hints, right? But since the dawn of time, men have not picked up on these fucking hints that y'all are so adamant about dropping on guys we don't pick up. Just tell us what the fuck you want. And then if it doesn't happen, then you can get pissed. But don't drop us a hint and just assume we picked up on the hint and then that was it. Like, fuck. Like, the fuck you want from me, man? You want me to fucking be I gotta be a fucking Where's Waldo finder in Carmen San Diego and try to keep your fucking dumbass happy? Like, fuck you. Like, what about my hints? Like, fuck that. And this be the same fucking girls, right? That want you to do all the shit. And men, we're disgusting motherfuckers, man. Just like every once in a while you want to do some shit, men more likely gonna want to do some nasty shit. Like, man, like, all right, well, fuck it. Let me fuck you in your nose or some stupid shit like that. And you're like, ew, no. Oh, fuck. If it's no one knows, then fuck you in your Bruno Mars concert. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's give and take. And I think with the rise of feminism, I think it's all take from women, and there's no give anymore. There's no give. There's no appreciation for men. And where are we gonna go? Like that's what like this shit is gonna get out of hand. And women don't want men to start being petty, because that is going to be a terrible world to live in. Like how feminism, like the ideology of it makes sense, but the practice that they are implementing is not working at all. But and it's a nitpick. They're not. It's not even based on getting the big victories. Now it's just every little thing. And if you're fucking, and it is kind of a war if you really think about it. If you're declaring war, you can't be worrying on every little victory. You got to focus on the big whatever. So they don't want men to band together and start being petty because it's not gonna work out for either side. To be honest with you, it's gonna be very, very, very bad. And nobody wants that. Trust me. Nobody is going to want that shit. Because men, like, when men when men get petty, people die. Like, that's how most wars are started, from men pettiness. Most wars are started from two men disagreeing and not giving about thousands of other people's lives and declaring war. Like, I'm pretty sure if you track any war down, the basis of it is not that serious. But if you're a powerful man, it's just like if you're powerful anything, you're gonna abuse it. Like I was having this conversation with one of my friends earlier. I think the other day, I think it's human nature to abuse power. I don't think that's crazy. Like, and I mean, obviously, once power is abused and it's hurting people, you have to do something about it. But I literally think it's human nature to abuse power. And when you get too out of hand with it, people start to rebel and make you fuck up. You know, like Trump. Like, he's just abusing power that he doesn't deserve or should have never gotten in the first place. But you know what's crazy? Not to get all political because I don't like talking about politics, but I was wondering if the country is this fucking racist, right? How in the fuck did Obama win 2 times? I was thinking that to myself, right? Like, how the fuck did Obama win twice? And the country is really this is real racism we're dealing with. And this is actually, it's kind of scary, but it's not, because I live in Massachusetts, right? Where we got legislative racism and we got social petty racism. We don't have like down south racism. Because I don't think Boston, because it's too hippie-ish around here and quote unquote progressive, which is not. They can't just be having a lot of people getting killed in the middle of the streets and shit. But down south, they can just do shit like that. Like, they could just I'm scared. Like, what's to stop like racist white people from? I just don't want to get sprayed with a fire hose. That's what it really boils down to. Like, I watch those racist videos sometimes, and it's like, that shit look like it hurts, dog. Like, getting sprayed with a fire hose. I don't think people know how much pressure comes out of a fucking fire hose. Where it's just like, is this what we really want to do? Like, is this the country we want to live? Like, we want to be racist again? Like, Trump really brought back old 1940s, 60s racism. That's evil. That is amazing in an evil way. Like, people are just like got Confederate flags and Nazis, and like, that's insane. People who live in hills and crazy shit, like, and not even them, that's just regular racist motherfuckers. Like, I saw some fucking dude. I was walking through people from Mass. People who aren't from Mass who listen. There's a place called what the fuck? I was in like Brighton, Austin. It's like the same type of area. Real hippie-ish, real aggressive. You know, got jazz bands play there, and you know the type of every city has areas like that where it's just hippie, the fucking Whole Foods and shit around there, and people ride fucking people you know what I'm talking about, artsy and shit. And some guy was walking down, just the classic bald head white guy was walking down the street, and he got into some, I don't know what it started. He got into like some little bicker and shit with some fucking Asian lady. And he's like, they're just going back and forth. And then at the end, he says, "Won't you go back to fucking where you come from, Asia?" And some classic white boy finisher move, right? And I was just like, wow, like that's like a real like who says that shit? Go back, go back where? It's like when they tell black people go back to Africa. No, no, niggas is not going back to Africa. They don't even want us there, to be honest with you. But that shit went on a tangent. I'm sorry, people, but that was just I don't. I'm not ready for real racism. Anymore. Like I deal with Boston racism. Which is this is how I always summed up Boston racism. Was see Boston people they're not like down south racism, but it's very racist in Boston, and it's Boston's. It's several people live in Boston. Like people think Boston progressive. Boston it's a hidden secret that Boston is very very racist. But what I some Boston to understand what people understand is like Boston has a racism where it's like I'm not gonna call you a nigga. I'm just gonna treat you like a nigga, which is just as bad. You know what I mean? Like okay, I'm not gonna call you a nigga, but I'm just gonna treat you like one. Like I see it all the time. I see it at work. I see it when I go to clubs. Like and when you see signs that say it's pretty much so many bars this at they don't want people. I had a friend who worked at a bar. I'm not even gonna give these people any fucking publicity. Where she knew her manager or who's the owner? Maybe it was the owner. It was somebody higher up in the bar who literally got rid of all the Hennessy so black people would not come to his bar. Like, if this is what I have to ask white people, if I had to ask you anything, is why do y'all hate niggas so much? Like, really? Like, if somebody wants to come on this show and it's not violence, there will be no violence, or if somebody wants to send me an email on pokertabletoppodcast@gmail.com, just like literally, even if it's a very, I just want to know why white people, I'm not saying all white, but the ones who do, just hate niggas. Like, what did niggas do to white people? Like, fear? Is it fear of losing power? Is it just fear of black people and just a what the fuck's the word I'm looking for? In a primal sense, what is it like? Why y'all don't like black people? I'm went on a fucking tangent, but I was just thinking that shit. But it was just like, what the fuck is that shit about? But anywho, I'm sorry to end it on such a serious note. But anywho, this is Poker Table Talk, the podcast we do for GP, definitely not PC. You don't like it, suck my wee. And I would like to thank my guest today, which is me, Jason Cordova. You can find me on Hard Cordova, that's HARD_CORDOVA, on all social media platforms. If you want to talk to me and you got questions, concerns, or comments, or you just want to talk shit to me, go on Poker Table Talk podcast@gmail.com. Once again, like I said, to this week, it was just me, and more than likely, a lot more going to be me. This is my first time. I actually enjoyed this, just talking. I kind of felt like it was on a therapy session with my fan base. But it's actually kind of fun. I'm actually going to get better at it. This is my first time doing it by myself, so it was a little choppy. But I'll get better. And yeah, I just anybody wants to send shit. If you have please send some questions or concerns or anything. Some questions you want advice, dating, whatever. I'm good with all that shit. And it would actually make this go a lot more smooth if I had some more content to actually fucking talk about and shit. But yeah, just send all that to pokertabletop@gmail.com. And I was signing out once again. If you want to throw your chips in, you might as well do it at the poker table. Peace.
Definitely not PC. Suck my wee wee, and if you don't like it, move